just starting out day 2. Just taking a little walk along Osoyoos Lake, which is absolutely beautiful, and I think it's like already 30 degrees out and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I think the vet needs a bit of a wash after hitting that gravel, going to that winery yesterday, and then we're gonna try to go out, I guess over across the lake here is a provincial park, which we can drive out. That's not actually the edge of the lake, that actually juts out into the middle of the lake. So we're gonna see if we can get the Corvette down there. That's gonna be the first thing we wanna do today, and then after that, we're gonna be taking a drive up along the entire lakeside all the way up through Kelowna towards Kamloops, which is just an absolutely stunning drive to be taking the Corvette on. So looking forward to that. But first, we gotta get some coffee, something to eat. Are you gonna have some coffee?
Oh, no, I'm a tea girl.
Kara doesn't drink coffee, but she definitely needs some caffeine too. So we'll get the day started. A little spot to hang out and have a coffee here on the lake. Nice little coffee shop. We're sitting under this beautiful arbor as the sun's coming up, and we're gonna head over there in a few minutes. Eat our multi-berry scones. And that is how you travel on a road trip in a Corvette. Park, but it does have a First Nations name that I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Sir.
Well, it's definitely a lot warmer than the last lake that I swam in. Insert shot of Glacier Lake. There's a big windmill right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Go check it out. But man, this view is crazy. So that's the hotel we stayed at right across there, right over there that we're looking at. So what's cool about this beach is you can go on this side if you want to be in the shade, or turn around and you can go on this side and be in the sun. Just past here, pretty much right there is the US border, so obviously we can't go too much further. We'll give the Corvette a wash because I wasn't sure what we'd be getting into down here. I'm gonna clean off the wheels because they're covered in rocks and dust. It has Michelin Sport Cup 2s on it, which are super sticky, and they pretty much everything sticks to them. And I want to get all the bugs off the front and the grill and the window, so I'm gonna cook. And I shouldn't have worn a black shirt, but you know, I gotta rep the Story Till Now merch. We will have some, actually by the time this video is up, we did restock the Story Till Now shirts on dirtyanddangerous.com, as well KC250 decals and other merch on there. So if you want to go check them out, hopefully there's still some left when you're watching this video. When you travel with the Corvette, always got to bring some car wash supplies. Soap. Soap is orange, wash soap. All right, you guys are probably like, why don't you have the top down? It's beautiful, it's sunny, it's hot. We're gonna put the top down in a minute. But first I gotta get some sunscreen on, because when you're driving in 35 degrees with the top down, you get burnt. Second of all, we just washed it, so I wanna let the top dry before I put it down into its compartment. So we're gonna go drive around a little bit, check out some more sites. I think I wanna try to see what that windmill is all about. All right, so there's the windmill. It's actually a kids play park, which is, it's kind of cool. If we were up here with Maddie, I'm sure she'd love to go check out that. So we just came up that windy road. That was a fun little drive. But we're gonna basically be following the lake up through the Okanagan Valley north from here. This gives you a really good view of where we're heading. This was definitely worth coming up here to check out. right, so we just stopped at this beautiful winery called Tin Horn Creek Winery. We're gonna grab a little bit of lunch. We just drove a little ways out of Osoyoos through the valley. It's beautiful, just fruit stands. I can't believe how many vineyards are here. It's just amazing. It's sort of like Napa Valley in British Columbia. So if you're from BC, definitely come to the Okanagan Valley for a summer road trip. It's awesome, but got the vet parked. Nice little wide spot here. We're gonna go inside and grab a bite to eat because both of us are just starving right now. Right, apparently getting lunch requires a reservation anywhere. It's like 1 o'clock and their next table was 3 or something. So we're starving and then we want to go check out some wineries. So we're gonna have to find a plan B for lunch somewhere. Really hard to capture how awesome this is. Just the valley and all the wineries. I love wineries, both of us. We just really enjoy visiting wineries and vineyards, and it's just really hard to capture the scale and size of everything, obviously on a camera, and it's not easy to fly my drone around here, so hopefully this does it. Alright, we found a nice little street side pizza place, just grabbed a couple slices, carry on our way. Not quite what we're thinking for lunch, but this is pretty good pizza so far. And we can watch the vet outside. In between Osoyoos and Kelowna, so we're heading up to Kelowna, a little town called Oliver. Random Ferraris driving by. It's a very popular supercar spot. There's a lot of supercars up in Kelowna. I don't think I've seen this many Ferraris in quite some time. I think 3 or 4 more drove by while we were sitting there eating pizza. I can see why, because this road is awesome to drive on. Our next stop is going to be I don't know if it's a small winery. It looks like a really nice winery on the side of the lake, just south of Kelowna, called Fitzpatrick Winery. Now that we've had a little bit of food, we want to grab a few bottles of wine for later, check out some more wineries. There's definitely no shortage of them here in the Okanagan Valley, and we're going to drive some of this beautiful road. Sunshine in the vet. Pat time. Do some extra sunscreen on the neck. There we go. That's better now. Check out those views, guys. Series of lakes run north to south in the Okanagan Valley. Coming up on Penticton. Bubbly zone. Look at this, guys. Oh, slow grapes at work. Oh, there's like grapes at work. Rows and rows. I don't know if you guys can see this. Right over there is Okanagan Lake, which is massive. And we're driving through a vineyard. Not bad. All right, what a great winery. I think we're gonna take a little walk down below, but we found a solution to not fitting the wine in the vet. they ship wine. So we got a half a dozen bottles shipped to the house for when we get back, and that'll be perfect because there's no way we could fit those in the trunk if you guys saw earlier loading up the suitcases. They have a nice little path here down through the vineyard. They were saying that they were saying that grapes are just so affected by the shade that certain wine types have to be across the vines depending on the shadows from the mountains above coming down and less sun exposure throughout the day, so they don't ripen certain grapes. And yeah, it's crazy just like how much science and everything goes into making wine that you wouldn't really think about. Not that big of a winery, but they make some pretty good wine, mostly white wine here. And that is just one of the many, many wineries in the Okanagan Valley. Probably the only one we're gonna stop at for the day since we bought 6 bottles of wine. Beautiful, beautiful place up here. We're gonna drive up the west bank of Okanagan Lake opposite from Kelowna, because I think that road is just a nicer drive rather than driving through Kelowna.
150 meters, turn right onto British Columbia 97 North.
And the highway, and it's just a nicer drive. And then we're gonna cut inland up towards Kamloops, which is where we're gonna stay tonight. Tomorrow is gonna be our 3rd day going from Kamloops to Whistler, which Whistler is absolutely beautiful. I have not been up there in the summer before, so I'm really looking forward to it. And the drive, the mountain road drive up to Whistler is absolutely stunning. We just arrived here in Kamloops, tucked the vet in down in the underground parking lot. We've got a great view behind us here as the sun sets. Make sure you subscribe. Don't miss the next video. This 3-part series, our epic driving road trip around British Columbia in the Corvette. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next upload.